There are hedge fund managers making $1 million an hour. You know, it's crazy, right? It's money everywhere. It's money in everything. I want to help you. Start your business today. Come join my royal family. Subscribe to Casino is the name.
Hey, yo, what's going on? Right now, you're watching Casino is the Name. Just came from the mall, right around here in the Porsche right now. So I apologize if you hear the road noise, but I was just looking at a comment right before I had walked, or when I was walking out of the mall. I was like, you know what? Let me come on here and address this right now, okay? So the comment was, it was kind of like just saying that maybe I should wait until next year to see what happens with the market, you know. Hopefully the market, I guess people are waiting for the market to fall out of the real estate market, because it was in response to me saying that I'm about to build another house. I'm about to build a house, and I'm in the process of purchasing that house right now. And so they were saying, you know, maybe I should wait until next year because it's expected, a lot of people expect, I guess, the market, the real estate market to kind of like, you know, drop and things to become cheap again. And so that may be the case, right? This is kind of like, I don't know if you know anything about like stocks and things like that, but like when people like are trying to, like, aren't necessarily like stock professionals, and they're trying to time the market. Even stock professionals can't always time the market, you know, especially perfectly, and definitely not every time. So saying wait on real estate, sorry, I bought a lot of stuff, all right? Just slid over there. Anyway, so, but trying to time the market could actually be you know, unless you're like really, really good at it, it can be really difficult. You know, you can take on advice from other people, but trying to time the real estate market, none of us knew that real estate was going to explode the way it exploded. And I was around people who do real estate. They was just like, think it was a good idea to invest in it. But none of us were really expecting COVID to happen. You know, none of us expected the pandemic. None of us expected that. So when you're looking at trying to time the market and trying to time stocks and things like that, it's very, very difficult. It's kind of a dangerous game. So I try to invest over a long term. I'm not a day trader. I'm not good at that kind of stuff. That's not my specialty. Now, some other people may be, but I know people who are day traders, and then the stock market went crazy and they lost a lot of money and they had to go get regular jobs. You know, trying to time the market can be unpredictable. Yes, we can make some educated guesses. We can see some trends happening, but I don't see any trends. Personally, I don't see any trends that say purchasing real estate is a bad idea right now. What I'm seeing trending is it's very difficult for a lot of people to purchase. Regular people who would have normally been able to purchase a home prior to are having issues trying to buy homes and becoming renters. The world is becoming a nation of renters. And that's just kind of what we're seeing. And we're seeing that the people who actually own the real estate or own the property, own the businesses, are the ones that benefit greatly from this shift in mindset, you know? There are people who don't really have any money and they want to wear designer clothes. The people who own those designer clothing companies, they're the ones who really benefit from that. Of course, the individuals who are purchasing it, they benefit in some way, but not in a financial way. And so it's the same thing with real estate. If you own a real estate, you know, yes, you might be a renter, you might be able to rent a really nice house, but you're not benefiting financially the way that the person who owns the house is. So over the long term, I'm looking at, this is not an investment property per se for me. This is a place that I'm going to live and I'm going to work out of. And am I investing in the space That's why I want a basement, right? I'm going to be investing in the basement so I can set up my studio the way I want to set up my studio. So in that way, it's technically, I guess, like an investment property. But it's an investment property that I'm planning to be in, not that I'm looking at renting out and stuff like that. So because of that, I'm looking at a long-term play. I'm not looking at what's going to happen over the next 2 to 5 or even 10 years from now. I'm looking down the line 20 years. If I buy a $500,000-$600,000 house and hold that house over the next 20, 30 years, it's going to be worth $1 million. And in 30 years, for sure, it'll be paid off. So I am not looking at the short term. I'm definitely not looking at the short term. This house that I just pulled up to, paid $233,000 for it. It's worth right now $420,000 if you look it up online. It's worth $420,000 right now. I've been here 6 years. It's been 6 years. Yeah, 6 years. Was it 6 years? Yeah, 6 years. Been here 6 years. So, it hasn't been 10 years. This house will eventually, at some point, even when the market tanks and this house loses $100,000, maybe $200,000 in equity, even if that happens next year or the year after, and I lose $200,000 in equity, this house will still have made sense for me because it's a comfortable place for me to stay. The value will continue to go back up over time, right? As money becomes weaker because they keep producing more and more money, right? As more people have $100,000, $200,000, $300,000. As more people have that kind of money, then it's the value of the house is going to go up because they're going to also want to stay in a comfortable location, and they're going to be like, yo, I'd pay. I make somebody who make $300,000 a year is going to be like, yo, this apartment ain't cutting it. I need to be in a house with my family. How much do you want a month? $3,000 a month in rent? How much is the mortgage on it? $3,000 a year? A month in mortgage? Okay, cool. We're talking 20, 30 years down the line. That's not going to be a lot of money, right? So if I just buy and hold, and over a period of time, the value of it, we're talking about the house I'm talking about building is a 6-bedroom house. It'll be over 5,000 square feet when I'm done. And if I'm gonna buy it now at below 600,000 or so, and I hold it for 30 years, talking about look up how much a typical 5,000 square foot house is worth today versus what it was when it was originally purchased. I think that things are just catching up to what they're supposed to be. That's why I don't really look at things the same way. When I hear people telling me, yo, it's become expensive to live in whatever city, right? Got a friend of mine say, yo, Macon, Georgia is expensive. These people want $1,200 for a house, $1,500 for a house for me to rent. That's crazy. That's because he was used to $700 and $800 rents for large houses. The values have just gone up, and he's speaking from a place of, we're talking about 2010? He's comparing today's prices to what he was used to paying in 2010. In 2010, he was paying $700 and $800, and he was, that was not as bad as trying to pay $1,500. And he's like, yo, if I'm gonna pay $1,500 a month, I might as well buy it. I might as well own something. And that's exactly right. Now, had he been the mortgage on that house that he was renting for $700 and $800, those houses that he was renting for that, the mortgages were less than that. And so somebody locked in a mortgage back then, and now that value is worth $1,500 a month, sometimes $2,000 a month, depending on what the market says it's worth or what people are willing to pay or being forced to pay if they want to be in that space. So, it's kind of one of those things. If you were going to be in an apartment, and let's say your apartment rent was $1,600 a month for a 1 or 2 bedroom, then wouldn't it make sense that if you were somebody who needed 4 bedrooms to pay $2,500 for a house that's, let's look at the apartment. The apartment, $1,600 a month for a 1 or 2 bedroom, and it's 1,200 square feet. Now you got a house that you can rent that's 2,900 square feet for $2,500 with 4 bedrooms. It would make sense. Well, I ain't gonna say it would make sense. It all depends on what you need. But if you're a person who needs more space, there ain't enough bedrooms for your kids, you're getting double the amount of space for going into that 4 bedroom house for $2,500. That's 2,900 square feet versus being on a 1,200 square foot 2 bedroom apartment and paying $1,600. You know, just saying, you want to be squished in that box, it is what it is. But the numbers just still support the rents rising. It just do. You could have doubled the rent. I was talking to somebody and they said that a friend of theirs is renting half of a room for $800 a month. Half of a room. Now this is in downtown Atlanta area or whatever. So renting half of a room for $800 a month, and it's 2 bedroom, right? So the other bedroom, same kind of thing is going on. So each one of those rooms is bringing in $1,600 a month. Both rooms, because it's $800 times 4 people, both rooms are bringing in $3,200. Very small box condo, $3,200 a month. So if I'm looking at that and I'll get all that I'll get, you know, in my house and be comfortable and be able to work and grow my income and grow my, you know, my legacy, then it would make sense. Even if the market tanks next year, I'd still be in that space and I'd still be more than likely happy. Now, my valuation may drop, you know, if I buy a $600,000 house and the value of that house drops $400,000, which is hard to believe since it'll still be a brand new construction. But let's say the market drops out and they like, yo, this house ain't worth what, $300,000 in today's market. That's cool, right? Well, it's not cool, but because I would have lost $300,000 in equity. But over a period of time, the value is going to go back up. So, plus, if you are happy with what you purchased, does it even matter, right? I mean, I guess it does matter. Financially, it matters. But if you're happy with what, you know, if you're like, yo, I got the space that I need for and I'm able to cover it, let me just focus on getting this money up and not worry about all of that, you know, convenience and all of that other kind of stuff. It's what people pay for. Better neighborhoods, all that kind of stuff. But, you know, I'm not so much worried about what the market's going to do next year. Next year is next year. And the year after that is that year. But you know, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 years from now, that house may be very, very worth it to somebody. Over 5,500 square feet or so, finished, you know, basement, 3 floors, you know, in a neighborhood that got a pool or whatever, you know, all that kind of stuff. So it's one of those things where the numbers just can make sense over a period of time. Not looking at tomorrow, not looking at a 5-year play. I'm not looking to turn around and flip the house. I'm looking at a place that can be cohesive and I can do all the things that I need to do there and everybody's happy. The whole family's good. You know, we have events there. Whatever we need to do is cool. But that's what I'm after. Anyway, I appreciate all y'all comments and suggestions. Keep them coming, man. I like this. That way I can just do a video based off of y'all responses to things that I said or videos I made, man. I appreciate you guys. Anyway, right now you're watching Casino Is the Name. Like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Hey, yo, what's going on? Right now you're watching Casino Is the Name, and if you wanted to know how I started my trucking business, I have an ebook called Big Shot, Hot Shot Volume 1, Own Your Trucking Authority. It's a great book, 5-star reviews. The link will be in the description below. Go get that. Yeah.
Beat me up, Scotty.
Me and her together, we just count it up. Money on my mind, I can't get enough. Don't play with my money, you don't want no beef. Cause I come from the bottom, I come from the street.
When she first saw me, she said, who is that? When a man saw me, he called me a threat. I'm the one that really live with a rap. They ain't never did it, they ain't really trap. You say you want to be successful, but what's stopping you? Can't nothing stop you from being successful except for you. You standing in your own way. I came from the bottom. I ain't know nothing but the grind. You can't tell me nothing about that. I caught the bus at Basin Street Projects in Tallahassee, Florida. You hear me? I used to think $1 million would last me my whole life. I'd have made that and spent that. $1 million ain't enough. There are hedge fund managers making $1 million an hour. You know, it's crazy, right? It's money everywhere. It's money in everything. I want to help you. Start your business today. Come join my royal family. Subscribe to Casino is the Name.